plugin, I've got the developer console open so we can see what is going on in the browser. If I click on this button, you can see that Google Analytics, and you can see how that ID starts G7M7. So this the workflow for this button is configured to send it off to this Google code. If I click that one, where it's setting up a page view to an optionally specified measurement ID, you can see this one starts GSV. So we've sent to two different Google Analytics accounts. If you look in Google Analytics, I already had them open, but so I have two. So here's one of them, and you can see that variously these are the different page one has been clicked, image pop-up's been clicked. If I switch to the alternative one, you can see there's a page one's been clicked. So that's the page loading itself, and that's the button being clicked. So if I look at in the workflows of how that's happening, so if I look in this button here, so these are all firing off different events. So this one, it's doing a show group, and then in here in the plugin, it's sending off that page one that was in the Google Analytics reporting is coming from this name here. So I can name every page or what's sensible. And this, you can see there's this optional GA measurement ID, and that is where you want to override from the default measurement ID. So the other button is this one. Which one is it? So on this one, it's sending off an event saying button clicked user 2. It's totally arbitrary what you call each page, and we're overriding the measurement ID because you need one measurement ID for the application just to register the start of the application with Google Analytics, and that's what is going on when you install the plugin, and then you can't see it, but there's the sort of default measurement ID. But as long as but in anywhere in the I can override any measurement ID. And so what I imagine would happen in your case is you would insert dynamic data, and you would go something along the lines of do a search for a current user, get measurement ID. So each current user would put their own measurement ID on here. Just like this, something like this. You would be doing something like this. So in your workflows, so when you sign the user up, you'd have captured their measurement ID and stored it on the user, and then it would be on here. So your workflows would probably look like that. And I think that's working really. And you'll probably want these other things as well, events, which just give you more Google Analytics information, like subscribed or purchased. And user variables are useful as well. They just give you extra dimensions in your Google Analytics reports. So arbitrary dimensions. There's a lot of dimensions built in, like location, but you can add dimensions that are specific to your application, like charging tier. And that's it. I'm just waiting for it to be approved in the store, but I think it's probably there.